Welcome everybody, welcome to Pixel Paint. In today's video guys, I'm going to show you how I'm going to create this exact logo that you can see on the screen. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now this is Inkscape, by the way. I'm using an open source software called Inkscape. Now I'm just going to cut it. We all saw that design, so I'm just going to cut it. As you can see here, now we are starting from a blank page. So what I'm going to do is that we are going to recreate that exact logo from scratch. So hover to extensions, render, then 3D, polyhedron. Then from there I'm not going to do anything, but I'm just going to press OK. I'm just going to press apply. Sorry for that. You don't need to do anything, just press apply. I'm just going to press apply. Then we are going to see the magic that is going to happen, you see. And I'm just going to press close. This is the exact icon that we wanted. This one. I'm just going to minimize it because it's too big for my design. So what I'm going to do here is that let me just make the screen a little bit bigger. Okay, let me just zoom in. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to play with it. I'm just going to minimize it a little bit. So I'm going to go to my cycle tool and I'm going to drag over. As you can see, it's just a stroke. There's no fill in it. So I'm just going to press any color. Let me just minimize it. Just going to press any color, red. So it's going to be red. As you can see, our design is now behind this cycle. So what we're going to do is that we're going to duplicate that. Once we have duplicated that, we're going to change the color, let's say to yellow. Then I'm going to reduce the size. Now I want to reduce the size. Okay, that's exactly what I want. This side again. Okay, I'm going to select them. Then I'm going to hover to path difference. You can see the magic that just happened. So I'm there. Let me just play with it a little bit. You can see. I'm just going to play with it a little bit here. Just play with it so it can suit my needs. That is what I want. And I'm just going to adjust it. So I'm going to click there again and right click. Now I'm going to duplicate it. It's going to make a copy of that. Now I'm going to make it bigger so that all those two designs can be in this big design. So what I'm going to do is that, okay, just follow along in this video. Now this is where it gets interesting, because this is where it's going to start making sense. So I'm just going to change the color and press there again, and I'm going to change the color to blue, and then the stroke to light blue. As you can see there. Now this is some adjustment that I'm going to do there. I don't like the stroke size. So I'm going to go with the stroke paint, stroke style, and I'm just going to decrease it. As you can see. The same here. I'm going to decrease it. Let me select everything. Then I'm going to over here where it says, this is align and distribute. I'm going to say last selected. So center on horizontal axis and center on vertical axis. Now it's going to center them geometrically. So I'm going to press that icon again and press the other one again. Then I want to center that ball in the middle, center on horizontal axis and center on vertical axis. So it's now aligned on the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover at the select tool, the text tool. I'm just going to press in elite. I'm going to change the color to black and set the stroke to black. I'm going to type in football. And I'm still going to reduce the stroke here. The same applies here. I'm going to reduce the stroke. So I'm going to drag over the elite into that section. Now I want it to follow along that path. So I'm going to click here where it says path effects and convert to path. Then down click. Then I'm going to come here where it says envelope deformation. Or let me, okay, I've clicked it here where it says bend. I'm going to click that bend before we go into the envelope deformation. I'm just going to drag it. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So let's see if it fits in. I'm going to bend it again. Okay. I think that it looks cool. And I'm going to press the football again. Do the same thing that I did to the elite. Convert to path. And I'm going to bend it. I'm going to select there. So it's going to bring that line in, that green line. I'm just going to play with it. As you can see, now it's starting to make sense. It's just exactly that, like the one we saw at the beginning of this video. So I'm just going to press it there. Over again, path effect, envelope deformation. So I'm going to disable that. And I'm going to come where it says bottom bend path. So I'm going to bend the bottom. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drag, just going to drag it on the bottom. I'm going to right click. Just play with it. That looks perfect. That looks perfect. I think that looks perfect. Let me go to envelope deformation for the elite weight again. Then bottom bend path. Now I'm going to bend it. Right click. Let me just drag it there. I think it looks superb. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go at my ellipse tool again. Then create, let's create that small cycle. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the color to red. Change the stroke to red again so that everything can be purely red. So I'm going to drag over. I want to place them there. Now you can see it starting to look beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. Now I'm going to delete, I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to cut that one. I just want this size, so I'm going to click there, right click and duplicate. Once I've done that, I'm going to to bring this out, this other one to this side, and I'm just going to place it in the middle there. Now that looks perfect. Now that looks perfect. So I'm going to hover the text tool again. So this time what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to type in since 2026. And since 2026, I'm going to set black as a stroke. I'm going to get rid of the what? Of the fill color. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put that blue as a stroke. So I'm going to hover the stroke style, then I'm going to increase the stroke style. I'm going to increase the width of that stroke. Now as you can see, I'm going to click there, but it's not bent, so I'm going to repeat the same thing that I did to the word elite and football. So path effects, envelope deformation, so I'm going to disable that. Bottom bent path, then top bent path, so I also have to bend the top part. Just going to bring it down like that.